Hi. I cannot explain to you the exhaustion I'm feeling today. I went today, you can't really see it that much, but can you see like my swollen vein and like the bruising that's starting to come around? And then it has like this weird where it's swollen right here, and then I don't know if you could see there's a dip, and then it gets swollen again, but the swelling down here is far lesser than up here. But there's like a weird dip, and I think that dip is where the needle was inserted. But Tuesday I went to the oncologist, and I had my consultation. And after all of the options were given to me, because there apparently are options for a non a non sterilization option for removing fibroids, that would allow me to keep my uterus. However, we talked about them. And with the amount of fibroids that I have, the size that they are, and the fact that they are inside of my uterine lining, she doesn't believe that it would be successful, and that I would, might find success short term, but that I would still eventually need a hysterectomy in order to correct what is happening to me. So, she talked about there's something called like a ablation, something like that. Basically, they go in, they cut out every single fibroid, even the ones inside of the muscle tissue, and then they sew it back together. So they stitch it back up in all the places. But she's like, the amount that you have, there really wouldn't be much uterus left. And I don't think that your uterus can truly survive that. And I said, okay. And there was, I don't, honest to God, I don't even remember what the other options are. I was just like, I heard your success rate would not be high enough for me to recommend this for you, as opposed to a full hysterectomy. So I said, okay. She said, you don't need to make the decision right now. You can think about it, give us a call back, and then we can get you on the schedule. I sat there, and the entire visit, I just kept crying. Like, I wasn't crying the whole time, but like, I would be okay, and I would be answering questions, and I would just start crying. And that would be okay, and then I would answer questions, and I would just start crying. And it's just like, it's very emotional for me. And I know a lot of people wouldn't understand, but for me, it's very emotional. I never in my entire life imagined never being a mother. My whole entire life. Even as a kid, all I dreamt of, all I imagined was being a mother and eventually a grandmother. And I will never have that. And that's hard. It's hard for me. And even though I know this is the best thing for me to do right now, because I can't keep going through this. I can't keep going through this. My body's made the decision for me. And I don't have a real choice. And I really do feel like once everything is said and done, I'll feel better. As far as, like physically, I'll physically feel better. But the emotional part and the mental part, I don't know. So I had the consultation. We talked about the options. I am going to have a complete hysterectomy where they will not only remove my uterus, they will remove the cervix and the fallopian tubes. However, they believe because of my age that I could still get a few years from the hormones that my ovaries could provide. So they will leave my ovaries intact. And then I had to get some blood tests done because they wanted to make sure that, my numbers were okay enough for me to be able to have ideal healing after. Once I finished with that, I got home. It took me like 15 minutes to get home. And then me and David went to go eat because I was busy all day long. Like I didn't get home until like 2:30 and my appointment was at 11. And so we went to go eat, and when we were getting out of the car, they called me back and told me that my blood test results had come back for my actual blood test. Not the iron test. I took 4 different iron tests. I'm like, there's such thing as 4 different iron tests. But my my blood count is at 7.4. And again, for normal women, it is between 12 and 16. And I'm at 7.4. And this is with just having a blood transfusion in September. I had 2 or 3 units of blood. I could never remember. So I had a blood transfusion already, and yet my blood is still it was at 6 point something when I was in the hospital, and now it's 7.4. So it's better, but it's not great. So they called me and told me that I needed to go get some blood transfusions done, and that they would be calling me back once they got the results for the iron. They said that it is going to be the best way for me to heal is to have all of my numbers as high as they can get them now. And then my body will have an easier time recovering. So I said, okay, thinking I could still do this, around work. That didn't happen. So I had to go yesterday to get blood tested. They did a type test, which I already know I'm a positive. And they had to do they had to test for like some markers in my blood, or I don't know, something. And so I did that. And so I had to miss work yesterday. And then they called me back and they said that the only time that they can do it would be today at 8:30 in the morning. And it would be between 6 and 7 hours. Well, actually, they told me 6 and 8 hours. And I'm like, that's an entire shift at work. I mean, granted, I work 10-hour shifts, but still, it's a long time. They said that each unit of blood takes between 2.5 to 3.5 hours, and they cannot do them together. They have to do them, one after the other. So I went this morning, and I got that done. And I'm so tired. I got home. I fell asleep at the end there while I was there, and they had to wake me up to do my vitals. And my blood pressure was so low. It was like 100. It had gotten all the way to 100 over 38. Like, what? It did go up. It was like 120 or 115 over like 58, 68. But they had given me Benadryl and Tylenol to hopefully combat any allergic reaction that I may have had or may have. And apparently that drops your blood pressure low. Because I was like, wait a minute, is that real? Because those are not real numbers to me. Like, I've never seen 38 being my, dystolic number. And I'm like, what? And they said it's very common when you take Benadryl. And I said, okay. And so I fell asleep at the end. And when I woke up, like, I was having the worst time even like functioning. I was so tired. And then I just drove straight home and I went to the bathroom. And today's Thursday, so I had to pull out my garbage cans to the front of the house because David's not home. He's out of town for work. Otherwise, he would have done it. So I took the trash cans outside and I just remember standing there holding the trash can like on the handle and I guess I fell asleep. I was like, oh man, I'm too tired. So I went in the house, washed my hands, relieved my bladder, went to bed. And I got home, it was like 2:30, I think. Um, let's see, I got there at 7:30. I got home at 3:05. So I went to sleep and then I didn't wake up until like 8 something, 8:30. And I'm like, oh, I had a bunch of missed calls from David and text messages, and I was just like, I can't function. I don't care. Like, as long as you're okay, I don't care. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I'm just so tired. And they did say that when you get blood, you do feel better very quickly, but I'm just so tired. I cannot even, like, ugh. But my iron levels also came back, and they are very low. So I have to go get iron infusions done at the oncology office. They said probably Tuesday that they will call me back. Okay, so my ferritin level, just so you know, your ferritin should be between 16 and 32 for an adult woman, right? I'm at 4. Like, I'm so freaking tired. And like even the smallest things make me even out of breath. Like, you have to park in a parking garage to get into the hospital. I parked in the parking garage, and then walked across the street to the hospital. It's like, I don't know, 500 feet of walking, maybe. And I had to sit down outside of the hospital because I couldn't breathe. Like, I was like, I felt like I was hyperventilating. It was awful. And that is a very common side effect when you have very low iron. And since Tuesday, my lower back has been hurting so bad. And there's no like rhyme or reason to it because I didn't do anything. Like, I don't recall falling or hitting myself or like walking funny. Cause like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but sometimes I've walked and then like I didn't see like a step go down and then you step like really hard and then like all of a sudden you feel like you just like threw your back out by stepping. I didn't do anything like that. There was no reason for it to hurt. So I did ask and they said that there are a lot of studies that show that lower spine pain, lower back pain is very common with this as well. And I'm at the lowest that I've been at 4. Like, I've been in like the 6s and 7s, but 4 is like really low. And then I'm like, okay. Let's see. Whatever folate is, that one is normal. I don't know what folate is, but whatever it is normal. Your iron percent saturation should be between 15 and 50, and I'm at 2. And the TIBC, whatever that is, that one's normal for me. It should be between 250 and 450, and I'm at 443.9. And then my iron should be between 50 and 170, and I'm at 11. So I'm just like, okay. I didn't even know there was this many different types of flipping tests that you can take. Like, and apparently they've tested my B12. Ooh, my vitamin B12. Okay. That's normal, so that's good. It should be between 200 and 1,100, and I'm at 471. So that's good. So I have a date. It'll be December 2nd. They gave me a choice of December 2nd and December 11th, and I chose the earliest one. My thought process on this is if I get any kind of sick, any kind of like head cold, or any upper respiratory cold or anything like that, I will not be able to get surgery and we'll have to push it off. So the earlier I can set the date, if anything were to happen, then we can hopefully still get it rescheduled for sometime this year so that all of my deductibles have already been met and all of that. And so we would just be able to do it that way. And I looked and I thought I was like $150 off. My deductible of $500 has already been met. But my maximum out of pocket is $2,500. And I thought that I was just a couple $100 away. And I am a couple $100 away, but it's closer to 400 than it is closer to 2, which I thought it was like 2 or 250. But it's like 3 something, like 350 or 370 or something like that I still have to pay. So, but at least that's all I'll have to pay. I won't have to pay any more than that, and then we can get this done. So I did ask. I forgot to ask while I was there. I did tell them that I'm on Mounjaro, and they asked me, is it for type 2 diabetes or is it for weight loss? And I told them it's for type 2 diabetes. And weight loss is just a very happy side effect. So, so they did know that I was, or they do know that I'm on it. But I got home and then I sent them an email and I was like, hey, I forgot to ask because I do not want to forget again to ask. And then for some reason I go to surgery and they're like, you have not been off long enough, so we are going to have to cancel. So I asked, how long do I need to be off for? And I never anticipated needing to be off for like recovery time. A couple of people like in a support group I'm in, they said that they are being told that they have to stop 3 weeks before surgery and they cannot go back on for the entire 6 weeks of recovery. And I was like, okay. I didn't ask them. I didn't think to ask them if they were on it for type 2 diabetes management or if it was for chronic obesity. I didn't think about that. But I got an email back and they said I only have to be off for 7 days prior, and then that there are no contraindications for me to be able to immediately resume. So I will do like I did last time. Or last time I had to be off for 10 days before. But I didn't go immediately back on because I don't know if you guys remember, but I suffered some pretty severe edema in my feet and ankles after the last surgery. Like I gained 12 to 13 pounds overnight, but my feet were like this big. They were so swollen. And then they gave me some water pills, and I took them for 2 days. And then I woke up and it was all gone, and I had lost I lost 14 pounds overnight. So I was like, okay. My back hurts so bad, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just a freaking hot mess. I'm just a hot mess. And so I don't anticipate that happening again, but just in case, I will not take it again, just in case that happens right away. And my surgery will be Wednesday, so I anticipate going back on like on Friday. Maybe I'll just wait until the next Wednesday and just go back on schedule. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it just depends on, what recovery is looking like. And my mom plans to come to be with me for a while to help. And so that'll be good. Which means I don't know how videos are going to be posted in December. I know we have book club that we're supposed to be doing, which is probably going to have to get pushed to January, which gives everybody more time to read, right? And so that's good, I think. I hope. I don't know. What's your opinion on that? I was listening to the audiobook today while I was doing my my blood transfusions, and I fell asleep at the end, and I was just like, I don't know how long I was asleep for. So now I'm like, uh-oh. Because it was still playing, and I was like, oh no. So I don't know. I have to rewind some, go back and like listen to where I remember the last things that I remember. But I'm so sorry, you guys. This was not what today's video was supposed to be about, but I just can't function today to do what I was supposed to do. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm in my pajamas because, you know, like, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, but I didn't know that if I could, like, even get through anything. But so, digital hugs. I hope you guys are having a great week. Love to hear all about it in the comments down below. You already know, want to hear about the good, the bad, everything, so that I can help support you. I am probably going to be slower in responding this week because I'm just so tired. And but I promise that every comment I see I will respond to. So let's leave the blood drop emoji because you know your body can't function without blood. Even though my body's trying really hard. I can't do it. So I'll see you guys soon, okay?